In the last video I planted out my broad beans, and this is them almost a month and a half on. That little one hasn't really developed, although it might make it. Anyway, I did grow on another 10. As you can see, I planted a row and a half, and they are smaller than these guys here. The onions have definitely perked up with all this rain. As you can see, this bed also does need weeding, which I'll get to at some point. But today's main task up here at the plot is to plant out some sweet peas, runner beans, parsnips and some beetroot. For any newbies that are watching that have never grown sweet peas before, they are a climbing plant, and as such will require something to scramble up. And in my case, I've got this chicken wire which is attached to this framework here. So what I'll do is plant this clump right next to it and then just allow them to scramble up it in the coming season. Right, let's just dig the hole. Squeeze the pot. Put it upside down. There we go. And then place it right next to this chicken wire frame. That should be okay. And then rinse and repeat the process with this second pot over here. Alright, that's the sweet peas planted out for this year. I'm not going to bother protecting them from rabbits because I think I'm fairly rabbit proof this year. But that statement may come back to bite me on the ass in the next couple of weeks. We shall see. This second bed, where the onions are planted at the end, is also going to be the bed where I plant my runner beans. Let's get those bamboo canes out and have a go at building a wigwam. These are my Liberty runner beans. There we go. And this is a perfect example of how not to grow a runner bean. I got these started way too early in the kitchen. I couldn't risk putting them out any earlier than today for fear of frost. We may still get a frost. I mean, it's the middle of May at the moment, so frosts, late frosts may still occur and wipe these out. But if they do, I've still got some seeds in the packet at home and I'll just get them going again. But the problem I've got is with these super long ones, how am I going to get them to try and snake their way up the bamboo cane? I don't know, I'll figure it out. Anyway, let's get them planted up for the time being. There we go, an absolutely bang average job. But I'm not worried in the slightest. These guys will manage to snake their way up the canes, even though they're not tied onto them. They will just find their way up. This particularly long one in the middle here, I did just wrap around the cane a couple of times, and yeah, the only way he can go is up. And then, bear with me, I did have one extra. So, as a little experiment, I decided to plant him next to the sweet peas, just here, and thread him through this chicken wire and see what happens to him. I do have some concern that if we do get a really hot week, this metal will be too hot for the plant and may burn it, or it may not. Like I said, little experiment to see what happens with this fella here. And as for this trellis here, I'm taking it down. It didn't really serve its purpose last season. I may just hammer it to the front of the fence and then grow, I don't know, maybe a clematis up it. 2 packets of seeds to sow now. My parsnip, the Countess F1 variety on the right, and goldeneye beetroot. I've never tried this before, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn out. At the top of the plot, I've got this little bed here, which I call my seed bed. As you can see, I've just hoed this section here. I'm going to put parsnips along that edge, maybe 2 rows depending, and then the beetroot here. I've got this thin strip of wood. As you can see, I've just laid it down in the bed. All I'm going to do now is press it down, make an indentation in the soil, and use that run to sow my parsnip seeds. There we go. They're as spaced as evenly as I'm going to get them. And that'll do me for this season. Let's plant the goldeneye beetroot. Loads of the seeds. Don't forget to mark the end of each row of seed that you've sown. On the left there you can see the parsnips. Up to this middle stick here is half a row of parsnips, and then I've got a row of beetroot coming down there, and then from this particular stick another half row of that beetroot there. Things are starting to take shape up here at the plot now. I've got a row of garlic and weeds there, the parsnip and beetroot, the broad beans, the new row and a half of broad beans, sweet peas, and the runner beans. And this is where the onions are. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it's starting to take shape up here at the plot. Okay, have a butcher's at this. That roof is kaput, people. It needs to be repaired. Now you may ask, Adam, why didn't you do it during the winter when there was no gardening to be done? Well, sheer laziness. You should know me well enough by now. I've got all the wood for it. I just need a bit of a hand taking it off and then putting it back on. So that'll be a little job for me and my dad in the coming months. And no doubt once it's done, I will show you the finished product. Cool. I think that's it for this particular video, don't you? Yeah, I reckon so. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you have, remember to hit the like button if you liked it. Share the video if you want to share it. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. But most importantly, please do comment down below. And until the next one, bye for now.